All right, drone fans. Looks like you guys sent in a ton of info on Ideaforge technology,
Yeah.
especially their second quarter financials for fiscal year 2025. Are we thinking about investing, or are we just fascinated by the world of drones? Either way, you've come to the right place.
Right.
We've got their official report,
Okay.
a pretty interesting analyst presentation, and even some background on the company itself.
Cool.
So let's unpack all this and see what's really going on.
Sounds good.
What do we have?
Well, Ideaforge is a fascinating company.
Yeah.
They're currently like the leader in India's drone manufacturing. They even earned a global ranking in the dual-use drone category.
Interesting.
Yeah, they just went public back in July 2023.
Okay.
So these recent financials are getting a lot of attention.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
Their Q2 report shows a massive revenue jump
Huge.
from 237.3 million Indian rupees in the second quarter of last fiscal year to a whopping 371 million this year.
Wow.
That kind of growth definitely gets my attention.
It's definitely impressive growth.
Yeah.
But it's worth noting that they're still falling a bit short of what
wow.
analysts were predicting.
Huh.
Another thing to consider is that their revenue is heavily reliant on defense contracts,
Okay.
which make up about 86% of their total revenue.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, this raises some questions about their long-term strategy.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I'm curious, is that level of dependence on defense contracts a potential risk for Ideaforge?
It's definitely something to keep in mind.
Okay.
Now let's
Yeah.
shift gears and talk about profitability.
Okay.
This is where things get really interesting because despite the revenue growth,
Yeah.
their
EBITDA.
earnings before interest,
Okay.
taxes, depreciation, and amortization,
Got it.
and their PAT,
PAT.
which stands for profit after tax,
Okay.
are both negative.
Okay, so we've got skyrocketing revenue, but the bottom line is still in the red.
Yeah.
What's the explanation for that?
Well, if we look closely at the numbers,
Okay.
we can see their gross margin is actually improving,
Okay.
which is a positive sign.
Good.
However,
Oh,
their operating costs are also increasing.
I see.
A key factor here is their substantial investment in research and development.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of R&D,
Right.
their investor presentation highlights that over 50% of their workforce is dedicated to it.
Wow.
That's a huge commitment.
It is.
But what exactly are they pouring all this money into?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Their heavy R&D spending seems to be focused on some seriously cutting-edge tech.
Like what?
We're talking about things like fog penetration radar,
Whoa.
which would allow drones to operate in challenging weather conditions,
That's awesome.
and AI-powered drones capable of making autonomous decisions.
Wow.
These are like game-changing innovations.
Yeah.
And if they're successful, they could justify the current losses and propel Ideaforge into a leadership position
Interesting.
within the drone market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their investor presentation also mentions some other exciting developments.
Okay.
They've received DGCA type certification for their Q6 V2 drone. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Indian drone regulations, this certification basically means the drone meets the safety and airworthiness standards
Yeah.
set by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation,
Right.
clearing the way for commercial use.
Right.
They've also launched a new Flight Giant 2 franchise model for their drone as a service business,
Interesting.
which is intriguing.
Yeah.
And to top it off, they've filed 6 new patents, with 2 already granted.
Okay.
So that's pretty impressive.
It is.
These moves suggest that Ideaforge isn't just sitting back and enjoying their current success. They're actively pursuing growth and diversification, which is crucial in a fast-paced market like drones. They seem to be particularly focused on expanding their presence in the civil sector,
Yeah.
which could help balance out their reliance on defense contracts in the long run.
For sure.
You know, one thing that really stands out to me about Ideaforge is their dedication to developing indigenous technology. From the very beginning, they've been building their own autopilots, communication systems, even the software that powers their drones.
Wow.
It's not just about assembling parts.
Right.
It's about having complete control over the technology.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
Yeah.
Back in 2004, when they first started,
Okay.
there was practically no drone ecosystem in India.
Interesting.
They had no choice but to build everything from scratch.
Wow.
This DIY approach has given them a unique advantage,
Okay.
allowing them to tailor their technology to specific needs of the Indian market and maintain a high level of security.
It's like they built their own drone universe from the ground up.
Yeah.
It's incredibly impressive.
It is.
And it's clearly paying off.
Yeah.
Their order book is looking pretty healthy.
Okay.
Sitting at 1,758 million Indian rupees as of September 30th.
A healthy order book is certainly a positive indicator,
Right.
but we can't ignore the potential risks.
Oh. Like what?
Well, the drone market is becoming increasingly competitive,
I see.
with new players emerging all the time. There's also the issue of regulatory changes,
Okay.
which could impact their operations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, of course, that reliance on government contracts is still a factor to consider.
Speaking of the competitive landscape,
Yeah.
how is Ideaforge positioning itself against these new players? I mean, they've only been publicly traded for a little over a year.
Right.
But their IPO in July 2023 was quite successful.
It was.
With a 93% gain on their first day of trading.
Wow.
What's driving that investor confidence?
Well, the global drone market is projected to reach over $58 billion
Wow.
by 2028.
Okay.
That kind of growth potential is definitely attracting investors.
I bet.
And Ideaforge, as the dominant player in India, is well positioned to capitalize on that growth.
So they're not just focused on the domestic market?
No, they're also making moves to expand internationally.
That's right. Their investor presentation mentioned they're onboarding new partners in the U.S., which is a massive market for drones.
For sure.
They've also been attending international events.
Right.
Like Land Forces 2024 in Australia.
Okay.
Showcasing their technology and exploring new opportunities.
It seems like they're serious about diversifying their revenue streams.
Yeah.
And reducing their reliance on defense contracts.
Absolutely.
And their efforts seem to be paying off.
How so?
Well, their first half fiscal year 2025 revenue mix shows that civil applications now account for 27% of their total revenue.
Really?
Up from 14% in the same period last year.
Wow. So that's...
Yeah, this shift towards a more balanced revenue mix is a positive sign for their long-term sustainability.
It's encouraging to see them branching out.
It is.
But let's not forget about their commitment to innovation. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of drone technology.
Yeah.
What's in their product development pipeline?
Well, their pipeline is quite impressive.
Okay.
They're in the final stages of developing their next generation Nitra and Switch platforms.
Okay.
Working on end-to-end workflows for large-scale mapping and mining operations.
Wow.
And even prototyping a middle-mile logistics platform.
That's interesting.
These are all areas where drones can significantly improve efficiency and reduce costs.
I'm particularly fascinated by their collaboration with Galaxy on fog penetration radar. Drones that can operate effectively in challenging weather conditions would be a game changer for a variety of industries.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities for search and rescue operations, infrastructure inspection in remote areas, even package delivery in dense fog.
It's definitely groundbreaking technology.
Yeah.
And they're not just focused on hardware.
Okay.
They're also investing heavily in software development.
Right.
Particularly their Blue Fire Touch autonomy software.
Okay.
Which enables advanced features like target tracking and moving target indication.
Wow.
So this kind of software is what will truly unlock the potential of autonomous drones.
Now we're talking about drones that can make decisions.
Right.
And adapt to changing situations on their own.
Exactly.
That's a whole new level of sophistication.
It is.
It's like something out of a science fiction movie.
They're also working on integrating onboard AI compute platforms
with
their next generation payloads, which opens up even more possibilities for autonomous operations.
It's clear that Ideaforge is playing the long game.
Yeah.
They're not just chasing short-term profits.
Right.
They're investing in the future of drone technology and positioning themselves as a global leader.
Their management team and board of directors also seem to reflect that long-term vision.
In what way?
Well, they have a mix of experienced professionals from various backgrounds, including technology, finance, and defense.
This diverse expertise is crucial.
It is.
For navigating the complexities of a rapidly evolving industry.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget, their founders, who have been with the company since its inception back in 2007.
Okay.
They're the ones who built India's first quadrotor drone.
Wow.
In 2004, when the concept of drones was practically unheard of in the country, they faced numerous challenges along the way.
I'm sure.
But their dedication to indigenous technology and innovation has never wavered.
Their journey is truly remarkable.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of passion, ingenuity, and perseverance. They've proven that even in a country with limited resources and infrastructure, it's possible to achieve groundbreaking technological advancements.
Absolutely.
With the right vision and determination.
Their story is also a testament to the power of collaboration. They've worked closely with various government entities and research institutions to develop their technology and expand their capabilities. This collaborative approach has been key to their success.
For sure.
In navigating the complexities of the Indian market and securing major contracts from both the government and civil sectors.
Their success has also attracted significant investment from prominent investors.
Oh, like who?
Including Celesta Capital.
Okay.
Qualcomm Asia, Infosys, and Florentree Enterprise.
Wow, so this financial backing, coupled with their technological expertise and proven track record, gives them a solid foundation for achieving their ambitious goals.
It sounds like they have all the right ingredients for success.
It does.
Financial backing, technological expertise, a strong track record, and a passionate team.
But as with any investment, there are always risks involved. What are some of the biggest risks facing Ideaforge?
Well, the drone market is becoming increasingly competitive. With new players emerging all the time, regulatory uncertainties could also impact their operations.
I see.
And their reliance on defense contracts could be affected by changes in government policies or international relations.
These are all valid concerns that potential investors need to carefully consider.
They are.
However, despite the risks, Ideaforge seems to be navigating these challenges quite well.
Yes, they're diversifying their revenue streams, expanding their global reach, and continuing to innovate at a rapid pace.
They've also demonstrated a remarkable ability to adapt and evolve.
That's true.
Their response to the COVID-19 pandemic is a great example.
Oh, yeah.
They quickly pivoted their operations to support relief efforts and provide essential services using their drones, showcasing their agility and resilience.
That kind of adaptability and resilience is essential for any company operating in a fast-paced and unpredictable market like drones.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've looked at Ideaforge's financials, their product development efforts, their commitment to innovation, their international expansion plans, and the potential risks and challenges they face.
Yeah, we've also highlighted their strengths and competitive advantages.
Exactly.
We've tried to provide you with a comprehensive picture of Ideaforge. From their humble beginnings to their current position as a leading player in the global drone market.
Okay, so we've explored a lot about Ideaforge. From their financials and tech innovations to their expansion strategies and the challenges they face. But after this deep dive, the big question for you is, are they a good investment?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And honestly, it's one only you can answer. We've laid out the facts, highlighted the trends, and pointed out the potential risks and rewards.
Think of it like this. Okay, we've given you all the pieces of a high-tech drain puzzle. Now it's up to you to put them together and see what picture emerges.
Exactly.
It all comes down to your own research, your investment goals, and your risk tolerance. Does Ideaforge align with your overall investment philosophy?
Good question.
Investing is a personal decision, no doubt about it.
It is.
But I think we can agree that Ideaforge is a company worth keeping an eye on.
Absolutely.
They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with drone technology, expanding their global reach, and playing a significant role in the growth of the Indian economy. And their commitment to building their technology from the ground up is incredibly impressive.
It is.
They're not just following the crowd, they're forging their own path.
So as Ideaforge continues to soar, the question remains, will they reach new heights, or will they encounter unexpected turbulence along the way?
That's the exciting part.
It is.
Their journey has been remarkable so far. And we can't wait to see what the future holds for them.
Me too.
But for now, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
It's been a pleasure exploring the world of Ideaforge with you.
Remember, this is just the starting point. Now it's your turn to dig deeper. Do your own research. And decide if Ideaforge deserves a spot in your portfolio.
Good luck.
Happy investing.